Hi, welcome to our next complex numbers video. This is our second video on logarithms. In the last video, we talked about how we take power form and write it into log form and vice versa. We're going to introduce some new log rules in this video, but before we go on, let's just quickly say that we can introduce brackets around the number here because things are going to get a little bit more complicated. All right, here are our three logarithmic rules. I just call them log rules. Notice that they all deal with the same base, so therefore we don't get too caught up and worried about the base. All right, the first rule. That says the log of a number m plus the log of a number n is equal to the log of m times n. So for example, log of 6 plus log of 2 is equal to log 12 because 6 times 2 is 12. All right, our second rule. Log of a number m subtract the log of a number n is equal to log of m divided by n. As an example, log 10 take away log 5 can be simplified to log 2 because 10 divided 5 is 2. And finally, a bit of a tricky one, log of m to the power of n can be rewritten as n multiplied by log of m. In other words, the log of 2 to the power of 5 can be written as 5 times the log of 2. So let's show you them and do some examples to help practice. So here's example 1. Simplify natural log of 3 plus natural log of 8, subtract natural log of 4. Now we know the natural log of something is log in base e. And e is that weird, very famous number, very important number. So really we could write this problem as log in base e of 3 plus log in base e of 8 and so on, but we're not going to because we know natural log means log in base e. All right, well, the first rule is what happens when we add logs. Remember, we can multiply the two numbers. So natural log of 3 plus natural log of 8 can be written as natural log of 24 because 3 times 8 is 24. All right. Now we've got the subtract to do, so we have natural log of 24 take away natural log of 4, and our second log rule says when we take away logs, we can divide the numbers. So we can take 24 and divide it by 4, which gives us natural log of 6. Let's move on to example 2. Let's take this and simplify it. 3 log in base 5 of the number 4, subtract log in base 5 of the number 2. Now I've put bases in this one because sometimes that might happen, but really you just need to ignore the base 5 and just not worry about the base 5 at all through the entire problem. So let's start off with this first part, 3 log 4. And our third rule of logs says we can take the 3 out the front and we can bring it into the brackets and make it a power. So 4 to the power of 3. So we have log of 4 to the power of 3. Now 4 to the power of 3 is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. So we have log of 64. Still in base 5, but I'm not worrying about the bases. So now we have log of 64 take away log of 2. Okay, so let's go back to our second rule. Our second rule says when we subtract logs, we can divide the numbers. So we can divide 64 by 2, and that gives us 64 divided by 2 is 32, so we get log in 32. Still in base 5, log in base 5 of the number 32. Now that's our final answer, but I quickly want to show you that I could, if I wanted or needed to carry on, we know log of 32. 32 is made up of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 to the power of 5. And so we could replace 32 with 2 to the power of 5. And then we could go back to our third log rule, where we can take the power of 5 out the front, and we can make it as 5 times log of 2. So we read it as 5 log base 5 of 2, but we're not worried about the bases. So 5 log 2. And 5 log 2 is the same as log of 32. All right, well, that's us for the video. So thanks very much for watching.